Our farm's 2,234 hectares, primarily merino sheep enterprise. 6% of our business would be wool, 25 to 30% lamb and surplus mutton, and probably 20 to 25% cropping income. So yeah, primarily wool. We've got a direct supply arrangement with a European manufacturer and a European mountaineering label, and they've found that particularly the European customers value sustainability and environmental practices quite highly. So if their label or clothing product is not trying to meet sustainability environmental standards, that customer may actually walk away and buy something else. And they actually come out every year for an audit around the farm. As part of the contract, there are certain boxes we need to tick around environmental credentials, soil carbon, farm operations, animal health, and sustainability around protection and improvement of the land, including planting trees. So part of the consideration was trying to put some shelter back and put some trees that actually grow back into our farming system. The original application was for one site, which was basically in line with the prevailing winds, which doesn't make sense from a shelter point of view, but it actually worked from a farm management point of view. I had a bit of a dead pocket in these two paddocks, and I've always wanted to do something with it. So when this opportunity came to put some trees in, which was similar to some areas we've done pines in the past, plus it was in conjunction with the next door neighbour's lot of trees, which he was literally doing on the other side of the boundary fence. So that worked for me because it made sense from a farm management point of view, but it didn't give us the greatest benefit from a shelter point of view. So in order to try and switch that around a little bit, we reduced the number of rows in that planting and went adjacent to that planting, sort of in an L shape, and went across the prevailing winds, which made sense from a shelter and probably more of an aesthetics point of view as well, to be honest. We've actually had two cracks of planting the trees. 2021 was first year, 2022 being the replant. 2021 we basically had 100% fail because the trees were planted with a startup fertiliser which actually burnt the roots of the tree, so that was quite a steep learning curve. Then we actually had quite a dry autumn in 2022, so we replanted the trees. I got advice not to worry about spraying, but that's come back to bite me in the bum a bit because now we've had a bumper spring. The trees are competing with a significant volume of grass and weeds. I can be quite controlling with how the farm's managed, but in this instance, I probably took a step back from managing the project a bit, which I probably wouldn't do again. But there's definitely a benefit of having trees on farms. It makes sense. From a planning point of view, simple things like laneways and stock movement, irrigation, other infrastructure, and then where to put the trees, either next to those laneways or lambing paddocks or paddocks that are too big and you want to reduce the size of, the right type of tree which is going to survive in your area in the right spot, and they're there forever.